He couldn't stand. Her walk was more like a crawl, but he'd have a little tail wag, and it said to us that he was going to try. The call came in at 3:47 a.m. A dog was lying motionless by the gutter on 5th Street. When our rescue team arrived, you wouldn't even have thought that he was still living. His ribs were pressing through his skin like prison bars. His eyes were half closed, barely registering the world around him. I just couldn't believe that we were able to get there in time, because this dog didn't have much time left. He had minutes, not hours. We named him Phoenix right there on the street, because if he survived this, he'd be rising from the ashes of the worst kind of neglect. We rushed him to the emergency animal hospital, running every red light on the way. The vet's face went pale when we lifted Phoenix onto the examination table. He only weighed 15 pounds. He should have weighed another 20 or 30 pounds over that. His body temperature was dangerously low. His heart rate was barely detectable. The vet looked at me and said, "I don't know if we can save him." But we had to try. The first 72 hours were critical. Phoenix received IV fluids, emergency nutrition, and round-the-clock monitoring. Every hour felt like an eternity. Would he make it through the night? Would his organs shut down from the extreme malnutrition? 3 days after, he was released to one of our extremely experienced fosters, Sarah, who had saved dozens of dogs in critical condition. The first 24 hours at Sarah's home, he was very weak. Droopy ears, droopy tail, just a really sad-looking puppy. He could barely lift his head to drink water. Sarah had to hand-feed him small amounts of food every 2 hours, being careful not to overwhelm his shrunken stomach. She slept on the floor next to his crate that first night, waking up every hour to check if he was still breathing. And if you're watching this story and you haven't subscribed yet, this journey gets even more incredible. Hit that subscribe button, because what happens next will restore your faith in second chances. By day 3 and 4, something miraculous started happening. He was wagging his tail. His ears were a bit perkier. "Good boy," Sarah would whisper to him, tears streaming down her face. Phoenix was fighting. He was choosing to live. By the end of the first week, he was able to stand on his own. Walking was still challenging. His legs were so weak from muscle atrophy that he'd stumble after just a few steps. "Can you help him, honey, so he doesn't fall over?" Sarah's husband would gently support Phoenix's hindquarters as he practiced taking steps across the living room floor. "Come on, buddy, you can do it. One more step." The second week, as he was building up a little bit more energy, he wanted to play. "Good boy." It started small, a gentle nudge with his nose toward a soft toy, then a tiny bounce, then that signature Pittie wiggle that makes their whole body shake with joy. We have a really large Rottweiler, Max, who he was just excited to get out of his crate to engage with. Max, at 95 pounds, would lie perfectly still, letting this fragile 20-pound puppy climb all over him, sensing that Phoenix needed gentleness. By the third week, it was getting him out on actual walks. He kind of went from going 3 feet on his own to being able to go down to the end of the street, to around the block, and eventually keeping up with our older dog. Sarah started documenting every milestone. First time running, first time playing fetch, first time jumping onto the couch. I realized that I no longer had a sick, weakly puppy who was hungry. I had a really active puppy. "Go to your room," Sarah would laugh as Phoenix would zoom through the house, his newfound energy exploding in every direction. "Go to your room." But Phoenix had other plans. He wanted to play, to explore, to make up for lost time. His coat was looking better, the fur was coming in thick and shiny, those hollow eyes were now bright and full of mischief. He was just a perfect example of the puppy that wants to live, not just a physical change, but also that emotional change. Week 5 or 6 was when Sarah approached Megan about adopting him. Sarah knew she couldn't keep Phoenix. She was a foster, and other dogs needed her help, but she wanted to make sure he went to the perfect home. "Tim works at the tattoo shop that I go to," Megan explained. She had brought Phoenix in one afternoon just to socialize him around new people. You could just see it in his face that he just needed a loving home, and he just had me hooked ever since then. The adoption day was emotional. Sarah cried happy tears as she watched Phoenix jump into Megan's car, ready for his forever adventure. He was all up on the couch, all on the bed. He just fit in so well. He knew that was going to be his home. My husband and I, we have 2 other dogs, Megan shared, a senior beagle named Cooper and a hyperactive border collie named Luna. I think it's really good for him because they just jop around and play all the time. Phoenix had found his pack. It's absolutely amazing seeing his transformation. Doesn't even look like he's the same dog. The 15-pound skeleton lying by the gutter had become a 45-pound bundle of pure joy and energy. His ability to love, I think that's the most admirable thing about him, because he was treated so poorly, but yet all he wants is to give love, and that's the best part about him. Phoenix's story spread across social media. Thousands of people followed his journey from near death to thriving. But what touched Megan the most were the messages from people who had been inspired to adopt rescue dogs, especially pit bulls, because of Phoenix's story. Today, Phoenix lives his best life. He has a backyard to run in, a warm bed to sleep in, and a family that loves him unconditionally. He goes to the dog park every weekend, where he's known as the friendliest Pittie around. He's completed basic obedience training and is working on becoming a therapy dog so he can bring joy to others the way his rescue team brought hope to him. Sometimes, late at night, Megan watches Phoenix sleeping peacefully on his favorite spot on the couch. She thinks about that dog lying by the gutter minutes from death. She thinks about every person who played a role in his rescue, the person who made the call, the rescue team who responded at 3 a.m., the vet who fought to stabilize him, Sarah who fostered him back to health. And here's something to think about. Some people say pit bulls are dangerous and aggressive, yet Phoenix, who had every reason to hate humans after what was done to him, chose love instead. What does that tell you about the true nature of these incredible dogs? Phoenix's transformation wasn't just physical, it was a testament to resilience, to the healing power of love, and to second chances. He went from having minutes to live to having a lifetime of love ahead of him. And that tail, it never stops wagging.